right, what's up, you guys? I'm your girl, Khrissy, back with a brand new episode of Get Familiar. I'm joined with two of my homies from Inglewood Pizzle, Qwess Coast. What's up, y'all?
What do you do?
So we're not gonna act like we haven't been chopping it up for a whole hour before the cameras turn. But it's so good to catch up with you guys, first of all. Both of y'all repping y'all Inglewood hoodies, t-shirts. They really like hold the ground, born and raised.
Indeed.
Yes.
Factually.
Okay, so quickly, backstory on how y'all even became friends or homies. Is it strictly through Inglewood? Did y'all go to the same school or what's
yeah, we basically grew up around down the streets on each other.
Okay, so Get Familiar, a lot of people outside of LA watch Get Familiar, so I need y'all to give me some landmarks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm.
But walk us in Inglewood.
Y'all right. So I live in the corner of Venice Way and Linway. This is around the corner.
Okay.
Off Park.
Okay.
He lived on Linway, maybe like 5 or 6 apartments down.
Okay.
That's really how I met him. This was.
From the ground up, like his father, rest in peace, he was my pop won a football thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was definitely kids.
Yeah.
I think, man, that may have been like 5th, 6th grade, maybe easy, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, first grade.
Here we are, 20-something plus years later, and y'all still rocking. That's fine. I love that.
Sandbox for real.
Sandbox for real. Damn. How do y'all feel about, first of all, the gentrification in Inglewood? You know, because you guys, coming from Inglewood, you guys know what it looked like before and looks like now. So for anybody that's new in Inglewood, you guys are getting the newer version of Inglewood, the SoFi Stadium, that cute little grass wall situation. That's cute. I'm from Inglewood. I'm gonna get a photo op. So I don't know if it's appropriate because I'm from the district, but if I was an out-of-towner, I would want to stop there. I mean, like the LED halls and the billboard, like Inglewood is turned up. Like we got Fork and Bar, we got all the new bars there. Like, how do you guys feel now about how it looks now, you know, considering, you know, came to Inglewood and did not look like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a beautiful thing, you know. When you look at it, like we the city of champions. Like, let's not forget. So we grew up in the heyday of the Lakers playing at the Four.
Yeah.
You know, but it was all one way going down Prairie.
And just standing on Manchester, watching all the fly cars drive up.
Yeah, you used to play at the Four.
Yeah. So, and then the racetrack has always been there. I grew up, my pops would be there betting on horses and whatnot. And so, like, we have that as a background. We always been a great city, a destination city.
Yeah.
And then we went through this big slump, you know. And so this is like the revival. It's like the pendulum is swung back around to us. It is our turn again, and it's beautiful for the residents who own their properties and the businesses that are around. So
because they're thriving.
They're thriving, you know, like
that's what's dope. That's what's dope. It's dope to see that. You know, there was a lot of owners of Inglewood before the boom came. You know, and so it is dope to see at least the ones that didn't sell. But even the ones that did sell, they made their bag, right? They bought in low and they got their bag. And so it is good from that, even with the slight, I guess, if you want to call it gentrification.
Well, the issue is the rate double. You know what I'm saying? I see that issue, and then we didn't cap it until it doubled. It caught up with market rate, and so that's the thing, and that's kind of rough for, you know, the community in that income level, right? You know, that income gap, and that's just a larger issue across the country.
Yeah,
that's not just Inglewood, but it definitely impacted the neighborhood. But then, like you said, a rising tide raises all boats. So we have an opportunity to now get in front and be a part of gentrification because we want it to look like the neighborhood that is ours.
Everybody wants that neighborhood to look good. Like, you don't want your hood to be messed up. You want it to be good. So you must really want to get in on the way. You know?
That's it.
You know.
Put yourself in position. You know what I'm saying?
And there's so much money to be made. Like, there's so much money to be made. If I could rent out one of them parking lots, all I need is the parking lot.
Yeah, parking money different.
The fish market on Prairie. Yeah. I think it closed down. I'm like, dude, if I could park in the car, you know,
they charge it. NFL season, every NFL season, they rack it up. A market.
Well, yeah, even if I was a homeowner, I would rent out or let them use like my driveway.
Listen, it is. I ain't gonna give y'all a game up. It's little apartments over there you can park at for the thing. They celebrate their driveway. You know what I'm saying? $100, $200 be close. You know.
Pay my bills with that.
Help out here.
I love that.
It's a thing. It is.
Yeah, inspire. So, Pizzle, let's start with me. Give us some background. I'm gonna let people know who you are.
Oh man, Inglewood Pizzle. I was raised in Inglewood, went to Inglewood High School, went to Crozier in the 7th grade, then was a parent in the 8th grade. Shout out to all my parent alumni. And then, you know what, but like, I kind of been in Inglewood my whole life. Officially moved there when I was in the 3rd, my dad from there when I was in the 3rd grade. But he was always, as he said, it was his coach. My dad was always like involved in Inglewood sports for some reason. He was Inglewood All-American. He was the president of the football league back in the day when kids used to play, and he coached and he rep. A lot of people who grew up in Inglewood, especially in the 80s and the 90s, would recognize my pop. And so I was just always around it, just, you know, always in the wood. And then picked up being an artist a little later on in my life. I didn't grow up wanting to do any music, but picked it up later on in my life because I had a cousin who does and plays instruments and started producing it. I got involved in it, and so man, fast forward to creating my own music until now, man, I love it. It's my sport, and I played sports when I was young, so it's
music is a sport. I like that.
It allowed me to inject my personality and not just be, you know, sometimes you can just get so caught up with making money that that's all you do is go make money and go home. What do you do with your life, with your peace, with your space? Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy to say, but some aren't. I mean, but you really, really can rap.
Yeah. You know, well, that was always important to me when I started. Even like I said, even though I started later than a lot of people, I started first just for the respect. I wanted the respect of being able to rap and hearing somebody be like, hey, he's dope.
But one millennials, we come from a different era so you know, we come from Big Pop, you know, we come from Nas, we come from that era.
The spitter era, right?
We had to know how to rap. There was no slipping through the cracks if you can rap.
Right.
Like, you're not getting no passes.
Right.
But yeah, we come from that era. What about you, Qwess?
You know, I'm a kid with a dream.
A lot of dreams. Yeah, you wear many hats.
I do.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You know, I'm a father, you know, a proud father. I've been a DJ since I was 10 years old. And so I picked what I wanted to do really early, and I was blessed to have parents that supported that.
One caveat I will say is when he lived down the street, he used to throw parties in his backyard on Glen Way when we were like 12 years old.
I feel like, okay.
And if you grew up, if you went to any parties around that time, it may have been one of his.
There was a clique. Remind me of the clique's name, because it's Marcus Watson was in this clique.
Engage Peep.
And I went to a party. I was at the party. You don't remember. I used to tell you this story. Like, I remember you from Milk. Like, I was so overrider.
Oh, yeah. So you was around.
And Marcus Watson, Trevor, shout out to the homies. Yeah. So, Mad Dog, all of them. And so, I went to a party one time. I was like, what is going on? Like, 12, 13 years old, they go on the ground, getting to it. The girl was like, it was a party for sure. Like, I should have been here.
You had an accelerated growth and experience in life. I'm grateful for it because it made me a more responsible adult.
Yeah, them parties be
right.
I don't urge you. It was before social media.
Absolutely. Could you imagine if I said documented?
Oh yeah, no.
I'm definitely it wasn't.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got that out of our system.
Absolutely.
You know, but yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Like, I was DJing early and I had a lot of friends early, and we wanted to throw parties. It was popular. And what was interesting, I didn't realize who some of our parents were. And our parents just happened to be some very interesting, connected.
No,
and we're kids, and we're just friends, naturally being friends. We're not like, oh, I'm hanging with this person because such and such is so and so.
Right.
You know, it was more so like, nah, these are my friends, and we just happen to grow up in a very kind of interesting environment. And for that, it kind of like it's excelled us. And me being a DJ and picking that early, everybody needed a DJ, and it wasn't many DJs. It wasn't many. Not definitely my age group, not my demographic coming up. All the DJs that I connected with was like 10 years older, 15 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a large period of my time. It was like, I was the DJ that in my like section that I, you know, kind of grew up in, and because I didn't gang bang, my grandmother lived in Leimert Park. I'm going back and forth Leimert Park, LA, South Central, Inglewood, back and forth and across those lines. And for the folks that know, but like it's literally less than a mile.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's a very small distance. But for the street politics, you crossing over so many different lines and boundaries that people control. And so it was like a very interesting balance growing up. And it's a blessing to be here because I got homies who not, you know what I'm saying? And we could have went any way. But the music guided me to a certain place to where we got here. It's DJing. It got into entrepreneurship, and I wanted to produce events and stuff. We started producing festivals. I did my first festival on Venice Beach in 2011. You know, rest in peace to the councilman, Bill Roland, he gave me an accommodation, and it was dope. We did a Tina Marie tribute. They unveiled a mural at the beach when she had just passed away. And I was kind of inspired because I was coming off a tour. I was touring with Nas and Damian Marley and the Distant Relatives here. As a tour man, like production person, you know, I wasn't even DJing. I went out there as a roadie to start. Like I was carrying bags and setting up equipment on the stage, but it was like, yo, you want to go on tour with Nas and Damian Marley? I'm like, yeah, I'll carry bags and set up just whatever, you know. And I didn't go out there. I didn't even tell nobody I was a DJ or nothing. I had a different name on the tour because I kind of got connected through family. So they called me what my family called me. They called me my nickname, HC and Ace. And it was different for a while because, you know, I'm like, man, y'all don't know that I'm really like, I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? I spit, I DJ, I can produce all that. But I'm like, I'm playing my role. I'm not overselling myself. Yeah. You know, and there came a time when I had to actually go and DJ and cover a show for Green Lantern. They found out that I was a DJ. They're like, what? We're going to have you start opening up the show. You know what I'm saying? We got DJ. You start the show off and pass it to us.
You got it like naturally. Like it happened organically, it sounds like.
For real, it was really organic. Like I got an organic call to go on tour. It was my uncle who knew the drummer who was like, yo, we need to fill the spot for this and that. And it wasn't no application. It was like right place, right time, everything lined up. And man, years later, we producing festivals in the city of LA, the largest, you know, of its kind. We started the West Adams Block Party, which was dope, you know, which went from nothing to over 10,000 people partying with delicious vinyl and pizza, commemorating their 30 plus years in the industry, in artistry, if you will, and creative, just in engaging in the culture. And then we kind of spread. After that happened, you know, I started getting calls for all these different things, different festivals, community events. People start hitting like, yo, can you help do what you did there, here, make this cool? And that ended up to the Leimert Park Juneteenth Festival, where the elders was like, yo, we want to rebirth this, you know, kind of reinvigorate the area. We need to bring in the youth and start collaborating.
You and Camille are the founders, right? Are you guys the original founders?
I won't say original founders. I mean, let's think about Juneteenth is a long tradition, right?
I want to call it the Juneteenth Festival.
The baton was passed to us, you know, since I never act like I created and founded anything for Juneteenth. But the baton was passed to us in a way, you know, in an interesting way, where we were collaborating with the ones that were doing it prior to, and it kind of got bigger than all of us, you know what I'm saying? And so we all just kind of like just moved through spirit and heart and pure intention of what we could do to like carry this tradition to the next phase and frontiering to whoever else is gonna take it from where we pause, you know? And so Camille, boss,
Sis Camille.
You hear me? One of the illest on the mic, and just from the heart, an artist, a community leader, you know? And my sister, like, so yeah, me and her, Tony from Hot and Cool, you know, Chase Infinite from Parole, and Agency 78, you know, Chase, you know, Self-Scientific and all of that. So it's like, when you think about all of us coming together, the Six Sevs and even like, you know, Third and Paris and Fred at a point and the Kill at a point, and all of these people that, you know, we all came together really and did, you know, what we could do to bring the energy together. It showed like real community engagement, collaboration across the lines. Everybody got their own business and endeavors, you know, and we were able to pull everybody to a table and produce this, you know, and you know, I'm happy to like help lead that initiative, you know, because we grew it from, it was hundreds of people coming to Leimert, and we knew about it.
Biggest one.
To be in one of the largest Juneteenth festivals in America, and one of the second largest black event in Los Angeles.
Crazy.
And it's dope, you know, just growing up with you being around, watching it all happen. Because see, I must start it much later. You do definitely have like a testament to somebody. I think the importance of knowing what you want to do young, and then everything you did, you know, knowing that you want to DJ and knowing that you want to do that even when we was kids.
Yeah.
So I got it in usually I succeeded in a lot of other things, right? But then if I think about right now, if I didn't know that I was gonna fall in love with doing music, I probably should have been doing music when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, and not much later in my life.
Yeah.
I'm good now, and I maybe I could even be better, and maybe even the great breaks I've had, and the great artists I've opened up for and got to work with and got produced by. I think sometimes, like, man, imagine being 20 and having that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And how different it would have been. So like the success you've had always has, even on me watching, because you know what you want to do, I go for it. That's what I want to be. I want to be a DJ. I want to be involved in music. I'm going for it. It's easier to do that. It's easier to carry bags when you're young and you just know that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, so that's.
But I feel like to our con, I had to learn that we are exactly what God wants us to be, and you know, we have to just kind of trust that process and understand that maybe when you were 14, 16, you weren't ready for us. You know what I mean? Maybe if you would have tried it then, maybe you wouldn't go 100% or like you're doing that. Or, you know what I mean? So right now it's time for it. You know what I mean? It wasn't time 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So that's what's so dope about the dynamic to it of you guys working together. You know, it's a balance, like yin and yang. You know what I mean? So. Like, I was yesterday years old when I found out you started. I didn't even know. First of all, I'm like, if he does one more thing that I don't know about,
She said, yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, the interesting fact, that was the first thing I did. I'm glad you brought that up like that. That was the first thing.
I was like, if we're going to get into the record that they had together, feature Legree. But I was like, first of all, Honey's from Raft. I was like, I had no clue. Because I know you knew everything else, but I did not know that you can touch a mic and you just spit.
Yeah, that was like the first thing, my first love.
Yeah.
That's how what made me fall in love. But I was writing raps, I had books and everything before I started DJing. And I started DJing like right around the time that Biggie and Pac passed away. I'm like, man, as a rapper, it's tough for us.
Yeah.
So let me expand. This is a 10, 12-year-old kid thinking. I'm like, let me expand my game and I'm gonna start DJing.
Yeah.
And it kept me in the culture, but I was in fear. I ain't gonna front. So it's like, I didn't release music because I was really trying to find myself, and I didn't want to put nothing out that I didn't think really represented who I wanted to be. So I reserved myself, but then there's a little bit of fear, just not put it out because I didn't want to get nobody saying that was not good or not. So, man, sometimes we may give ourselves excuses, you know, for not, or waiting or delaying out of fear. Don't let it be fear. Let it be really intuition or, you know, some strategy, but don't let it be fear.
Absolutely. Walk through that.
Yeah.
Walk through that. And I love that you said that, because I was like, yeah, of course, what else? I'm like, what else is he going to thought has happened? I think that now that you've teased it, I feel like this is a tease. I haven't heard any music from you before this. I think that you should start doing it now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now that you have, like, I feel like now that you're established and you are who you are, I mean, you're a brand, Elevate Culture, Qwess Coast, DJ Qwess Coast. Everybody knows you to be a community leader, a DJ, low-key activist, you own dispensaries. I feel like now it's time for you to start stepping into that and incorporate the rapping or the music into what you're doing now. It's part of the brand.
Orange, it's a fact.
Hey, I told him, I was like, listen, we did the song, and I was like, hey, you know, when people hear you rapping on this, they gonna be like, damn, I didn't know you're rapping, and they gonna want you to do more. They gonna want you to do more.
And it's just the truth is I had, and I just been not putting it out. I got other records. I produce, you know what I'm saying? I ain't produced none of the records that we've put out so far. We put out 2 so far, and yeah, I'm ready to put it out. I'm ready to die empty. I'm ready to put it all on the table.
I love that.
You know, even because for a long time, like, I didn't want people to know the different dynamics because I'm thinking the perceptions of this and that. But like, I got a construction background. I helped build the metro train that's going down Crenshaw. You know what I'm saying? All the concrete, I led that crew and we built that. And I built so many projects, schools, houses, all kind of crazy stuff, right? Contracting stuff. And I do have a dispensary, you know what I'm saying? And I was that white man can't jump. Like, so I'm like, no, you can actually be all these things. You don't have to run away from it or hide, like one side makes the other one less valuable or something. Cause I looked at going to work in construction as like having a job, like being an artist, having a job. And now it's like, you know how people, you saw they treated your boy, the actor who was driving Uber, you know what I'm saying? It was on, what was he on? He was on one of our famous black.
Oh, he was on the Cosby Show.
On the Cosby Show, he was driving Uber. They gave him
the guy that was.
Wow.
So I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, the dude that was married to what's the name of the show?
Dynamic actor, you know what I'm saying?
Great actor.
And he was driving Uber.
He was.
And people were giving him hell, you know. But so what for that?
Exactly. I'm
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta move beyond all of that. You can't let none of that debilitate you at this time, because you can be your whole self.
Yeah. And we need multiple hustles.
No, really?
We do. We live in LA, first of all.
We live in Los Angeles.
we running it up out here, so we need multiple hustles. Yeah, for sure. And so how did so of course I mean you guys are like sandbox friends. So moving forward now, you guys are creating records together. And this is kind of really your tease to being an artist. So did you just say about like, okay, now it's time. Like we got to let the records like.
And you know what?
Like
kind
give me the background story on how
it kind of did like that.
Right.
I was just working on music, and then so we'll take better. We'll take the better song. I really just called him, was like, hey, cause we had this song we put out before Better called Hands Up High.
Okay.
And so I got this beat better from one of the homies, Todd Zach Jr. He produced it, and I really just called him. I was like, hey, I got this beat. I think we need to do another song. Mm-hmm. And I sent him the beat. And then he had the beat. It really interesting, but he had the beat for like a week or two. And he was like, yo, I wrote a verse to it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, pull up. So he pulled up, I got in the car, the verse that he has on there is a verse he wrote to it. And he was rapping it live to it. I was like, that's dope. Wait, rap it again. And in his verse, he says something about like he starts it off by saying, better than I ever been, and something like that. And I was like, that's our chord. Yeah. And he was like, what? And then I just went, better than I ever been. I repeated it. We came up with the chorus right in his car, sitting in his truck. And then it was like,
yeah, the Agree.
Well, Agree was really last. So we did the song. So I wrote it and we recorded the song, and the song sounded good. Mm-hmm. And I was just racking my brain like we need something else. And interesting enough, my motivation for putting the inspiration, let me say, for putting Agree on it was my favorite song on Kendrick's new album is Purple Heart. Mm-hmm. And I love how he had Summer Walker singing under him in the chorus. And I was like, I want something like that. I'm gonna have Agree. I'm gonna have her sing under the chorus, so it gives it a warmer feel.
It does.
Elevates the song. I felt like Summer Walker did the same thing. So.
And she's fire. I mean, she can even low. Yeah. Shout out to Agree.
Yeah, Agree is dope.
Yeah. Simple. Yeah, I really, really love the record. When you sent it to me and I've been hearing it, I'm like, it just feels good. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just a feel good record. You can ride to it. The visuals dope. It just conveys to me like a summer day in LA, top down, cruising, riding. Like, it just feels good. Let's just get it. It just overall feels good. And I'm definitely looking forward to you guys collaborating more. I want to hear, of course, I know you as an artist, but we talked about it. We need you to get in your art into method. We do.
I got some.
Like turning back.
I'm really excited.
I'm gonna send you a record just off the record.
I'm excited to hear what you can come up with. Like, seriously, now that I know what you do, cause I'm like, what the hell? Like Qwess. When he said Qwess, I'm like, Qwess Soap? Like, but yeah, it's very, very dope that you're kind of stepping into it. And Pizzle, going back to you, like, you did one of my music media ciphers. Well, it was Minute Music at the time. You did one of the ciphers, and that's how I remember you add us in lyricists. Like, I've always felt like Pizzle Got Bars is very, very like who you are. Yeah. Like, cause you do like, then going back to, we're millennials. We come from a different era of music. Like, when I'm listening to rap, we're towards a ton. And I said, like, you are that, and even though you said you started music later on in your journey or as you got a lot older, there has to be an inspiration there. Like, who do you think you kind of drew from? Because You know, like you're lyrical. Like who do you think was like, oh nah, I like him, he got bars. Not that I want to be like him, but you know what? I want to like really study rap and music.
Right. Well, I mean, I think as an artist, you always start off as a fan first. So, I mean, my inspiration that I grabbed from were people I was fans of, watching the Jay-Z, the Nas, the Pops, the Q's, the Biggs, right? So, but you know what? I think when I was formulating who I was going to be as an artist, I think what stood out for me, the biggest pattern I probably took was, you know what? It would probably be I'll say Jay-Z, and then I'll tell you why. The thing that stood out to me most about Jay-Z, that I like most about Jay-Z, is that when he's rapping, it just feels like a conversation.
It does.
It feels like he's just talking to you. I'm taking wages out in Vegas just in case Tyson have an amazing night.
Right.
Like that sound like some shit that he would have just said to you in Vegas one day. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm just out here take. And so I like that approach to rapping. You know, where you, of course, you add your metaphors, you throw your bars in there too, but it's not as punchline heavy. It's just a conversation. It's like I'm just telling you some super dope shit over some music. So I think I pattern mine, at least the original part of my flow like that. I like just rapping to you like a 10 on stage.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. And what about you, Qwess? Since you're now getting into it, who do you think some of your early inspiration?
I think it's a lot of similar draw. I often tell artists that you are having a conversation when you get on that stage. You know what I'm saying? And being on so many stages, like I've had the privilege of being the DJ and get my MC game up, which so like rappers, you can rap and punchline and the whole nine. I can out MC a lot of rappers because I have a lot of experience. And so
You are so good at it. And it correlates to now that you say that, it makes sense because it's kind of like hand in hand.
yeah, I've been practicing so long and I've been in the fear. Like when I was talking about the fear, it was like creative piece though. It's like, man, I would get in the studio and not want to play the piano in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Like when the room closed, I'll be there all night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to break through that in order to put out my art. Right, and then be like, I don't care what you feel, you know, and I don't care about all those things, especially how accessible all the samples and free royalty things. I was like, no, you know what? If everybody can do this, then I'm not even worried about it. I'm gonna just put out what I feel is good and it sounds good and feels good. But like from an MC perspective, be on the stage, it really having that interaction, call, response, and kind of like conversation with the audience. I never wanted to be like a talking down or like too preachy, you know what I'm saying? Because like I just want us to have music that we can be proud of years late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And something that I can feel good about. And so that's kind of my approach and why it took me so long, because I wanted to make sure that my values was at the core and the center of it. And let's still have fun with it. Like, you know, I love how Little Russell kind of talked about it. You know, you have a little candy, but you get some fruits and vegetables too.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's how I'm approaching it.
Not that. And now with this generation, you know, music has really taken a shift to like, we got the Sexy Reds, we got the CDs, and it's just, the music just sounds completely different. Do you guys feel like you have, I don't want to say have a place, but I guess, yeah, do you feel like you have a place in music today? Because the messages are completely different. You know, like you guys are talking about the typical topics that today's artists are talking about. Like, how do you feel like, where do you feel like you fit in? If you even do fit in.
I think we're born to, it's a big crowd.
Yeah.
And we're already in first, right? And so now it's drawing the attention to us. Like, I just want my customers. You feel me? I feel like it's something for everybody. And there's a time and a place for it all. And I know that there's a place for us. We gonna carve it out if it ain't in somebody's mind.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's build it and they will come.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally that for me, because I know that the message that we talking about, the energy that we know, and all the other things that we got going on, make it appealing for this to be a fertile ground for customers to come in and be able to have this experience with us.
Who can relate?
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, you said something really important, which is really it's a place for it all. There's a fan base for everybody who's looking for it, especially right now. I mean, to me, this is the golden time in hip hop where I believe artists like myself, even artists who are younger than me, we exist in a space where, for the first time, not only do you have fans of hip hop who are younger than you, but you have fans of hip hop who are older than you. You have generations of people who were raised on hip hop, who have their what they like, who have what they like on hip hop. Now you don't always even have to. I don't particularly have to try to act younger than my age or cater to children, right? You know, like I can just make good music. First of all, good music is good music, no matter if it makes it.
Yeah,
Right.
But I don't particularly have to. You know, there was a time where I felt like in hip hop to where you kind of had to cater toward the youth, and now I think you just have to inject your art into it. Just create your art, create your music, make sure it's dope, and it'll be received, it'll be loved. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I remember. I mean, you think of like a Miss Elba, who is our generation, I guess, in age. But when I was blessed enough to open up for them at the Palladium and at the Novo and stuff, looking in the crowd, them is 20-year-olds, them is 25-year-olds, them is 23-year-olds. It wasn't 40-year-olds in the crowd, it wasn't 30-year-olds in the crowd. And so I do believe that despite what seems like it's always being pushed to you, that this is what they like and this is what they like, and I think in the real world, young people are diverse, especially now. Young people nowadays, they want their candy, right? They want their sexy, but they do want their fruits and their vegetables too, and they're going to find it now. They know the difference too. They know the difference. And they're going to find it now. It's not always just about, it may only be candy on the radio, but then the streams will tell you that the dude over here making vegetable soup is booming.
Killing it.
He cracking over here.
Merch is off the chart.
Merch is off the chart because they do want vegetable. And then the person over here with the fruit, he's serving.
Yeah.
So so it's to me, it's realistically, if you look at it correctly, man, it's a golden age in the game right now.
I love that.
So where everybody can eat, it's all here. Stop if you pay attention. It's out here for you.
It's a lot of streams in it too. So understanding the business aspect, we got to do it. Like when we put out our first record, I was DJing for PDC, and I'm live on TV, you know, with some of the biggest sporting and entertainment events in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I remember a producer, a notable producer, I ain't gonna say no names, he posted his royalty sheet, and I saw my TV show on the royalty sheet, and I was like, I played that song.
That's crazy. Right. All in the mix.
I was like, yeah, I gotta start doing stuff, bro. It's too live. And I remember the legendary DJ Clark Kent was talking about, you know, the evolution of a DJ is making music. You know, like you could get with an artist. I've toured with artists.
Yeah.
You know?
You round them all the time.
Yeah, I did Dom Kennedy's first mixtape, toured with Omarion and Lloyd and a bunch of other people as the DJ. And it's a difference. I feel like maybe I would have went on tour with Dom if I was producing the record, you know? But that's still a homie, you know? But the business is different. It's like, what more can you offer the room? Yeah. You know, like, so DJ, what more can you offer the room, you know? To really hold your value, so now you're a real integral part of the team.
Artists in general too.
Yeah.
And as an artist, if you're involved in this entertainment, well, let's just say music, you're involved in this music business, period. Be more than one thing. Be more than a rapper. I rap. I also engineer. I can't make beats, but I think of them.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So be able to
always have a place.
Right.
When really kind of get your hands in different pots, you're gonna always have a place. Whether you play the front or you play in the back, or you know what I mean. It's a position for you always. You know. So on top, aside of you guys as individual projects that you guys are working on, I want to kind of get an idea what you guys are working on collectively. So I know that, again, the Better record is out now, Pretend to Breathe. Any more other songs you guys are working on? A EP together, or 5 like what's the deal?
We've been brewing around all the EP.
Okay.
It's some things coming. We definitely got more records off the, you know, that's in there that we're working on. And it's more like, to be honest with you, this was the first artist that I collabed with, you know, other than Play Dub.
Yeah,
you know, those are like the first 2 artists that I collab with. You know,
so I think like the Method Man Red Band thing, and they got y'all to get y'all got your little group thing going on, and y'all own individual entities.
Exactly.
Like that's fire.
Yeah, I mean, recently, you know, as I said, the man who wears many hats here has recently really picked up his hip hop hat, his rap hat, and put it on and fastened it on and tightened it up. So recently, we definitely have been working on songs together. We have the Better record with Legree, show Legree. We have this song called Hands Up High that's out right now with the first record we put out. And we have a few records that we cooking up that we just putting together right now that we decided to do. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely more music. Right? There's definitely more music, and we're gonna decide exactly what we're gonna do with it.
How it comes out.
Yeah, really put the plan together. This Better record has just been great though. Like, I mean, the response has been wonderful.
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate everybody.
well, yeah, it's a good song. And it's a naturally get the response that it's getting.
Yeah.
Good music gets good response. Yeah.
Super great.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from you guys individually, collectively. You know, always see me tapped in a looped in. So before I let you guys go, can you please let us know how we can follow you both?
Yeah, for sure.
Most definitely. Listen, I'm Inglewood Pizzle everything, and that's Inglewood with an I, Pizzle, Inglewood Pizzle everywhere. Yeah, really, if you're looking for me, that's on every platform. I'm glad Inglewood Pizzle is something I was able to brand, and everywhere I go, it's my name. So if you're looking for me on all platforms, Inglewood Pizzle. YouTube, you can type in Inglewood Pizzle or Blackwood Music Group. That's the name of my company. So you can put in Blackwood Music Group on YouTube, some videos, or type in Inglewood Pizzle anywhere, and my stuff is there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there.
My God.
DJ Qwess Coast on most social medias. I actually a DJ called Qwess. Right? It's a thing. That was one of my little monikers for a while. However, elevateculture.today or elevateculturela.org. You can tap in. We got events. We got nonprofit endeavors going on for small business and community business, economic development, and just all kind of things going on. So just tap in. Social media, the websites, you know, and let's see what we can do.
It's so good for you guys. Thank you so much again for pulling up. We talk outside of this, you know, this kind of dynamic here, but again, I appreciate you guys' time. Shout out to Shaka Streetwear Essentials for powering this episode of Get Familiar. I am Khrissy, and we are out until next time. Peace.